Hello everyone, it's Carol, welcoming you to Between the Realms for November the 10th, 2020. And we are outdoors, surprisingly, for this video for the upcoming new moon in Scorpio. And the weather has been so beautiful again after a cold spell that I just was excited that I could do one more video outside. So I've brought a little setup over here by the pond and began it, as you could see, with the afternoon sun over there behind the hemlocks. So I'm going to adjust this without hopefully getting my finger in the shot on its stand here so you can enjoy the pond. And I'll swivel this around now and then, but it is just such a gorgeous day, and a few things to come to a video, to offer in a video for you in this mid-November upcoming on the new moon that I mentioned already. So here we are at Lightspring, Glen. Quite a mild afternoon, a couple of very mild days. It was probably near 70 degrees, which is, I mean, that's Fahrenheit. And if you see this in either Canada or the UK or some other place, I don't do good translations of temperatures, but it is a beautiful day. And a few thoughts to bring to everyone that right now I'm just kind of enjoying the view with you. And I'll get to things of, I guess, more of a between the realms kind of nature. But being able to share a little bit more of the delights of Lightspring Glen and its exceptional serenity. That's so much of always has been the case here. The pond right there behind my house, of course, that is pretty visible across the way. You can see it is really lovely, a beautiful mirror. So you can enjoy the reflections there as I am doing, and the ripples that are caused by various little things that are happening. There's a school of minnows that are in the pond. And so when they come up and come to the surface, you do see some of that. But it is a very quiet pond at this stage of the autumn. I did put off doing this video for a little bit because I was sitting in my room, and that would be the last window to the left of the house across the way. I just happened to catch sight of a wood duck landing, and I just didn't want to disturb it. It seemed to be all by itself. Swam around a little bit, and so I just didn't want to come out till it had whatever it wanted of the time here. The wood ducks appear in the early spring, usually in a pair, and they are always entertaining. I always have hopes that they might stay and locate a nest back in the woods, which is why they're called wood ducks. But this one is on a migration back home. But it was really great to have one pay a visit again. November the 10th, 2020. How are you all? How are you all? I hope feeling more calm as we have made our way past November the 3rd with all that took us to that date. Whenever it was, if you're an American, as most of you are seeing this, whenever it was you chose to vote, I waited until November the 3rd to go down the hill, just where you saw that truck on its way down Richardson Hill Road to Sydney Center, and cast my vote. And as I'm fairly sure the great number of you watching this will be recalling your own votes. Thanks for any of you outside of USA who have tuned into this. But I know everybody almost around the world was on edge as we awaited the results. As we awaited the results, as we awaited the results. We all were told it would take a while, as it did. And I will say, in all honesty, oops, I need to retrieve something that just left my little perch here. Hold on just a minute. I might be able to crunch around behind us here and pick this up, something I want to share with you. So what I can say for myself, and again, it may reflect how you might be feeling, I am certainly more serene. I am greatly relieved that we have a result. And I personally am hugely relieved by the result. It's going to take a while to work out the wrinkles, but I do know that our incoming pair, the first woman and the highest office of the land that has ever been obtained, other than the Supreme Court, Kamala Harris, with Joe Biden. It's not a political commentary video, so don't turn this off if you felt you might want to. But I do know that they are bringing into the office a desire to bring things back to a semblance of, certainly of unity, of healing, of compassion for one another, in all the ways that cheer my heart. There's a lot of work to be done. We live in a country that has become so greatly divided, and it's time to, as President-elect Biden's comments on Saturday spoke to bring us back to what it is that connects us, not what it is that divides us. So I personally applaud that, and I really won't go any further than that. Come back here to Lightspring, Glen. Thank you so much for the response to the previous video. I know several people liked it. You may have shared it, and if you did, I so thank you. I've seen a couple new subscribers, and whether that was on the strength of that video, I'm not really sure, but thank you so very much for those new subscribers listening to this yet again, Between the Realms. So, when I came to the end of that video, I made mention a little bit of other things that I wanted to say, and I would intend and hope to come back before the new moon. So here I am, glad to have done that much. So a few things about that to share with you as we all enjoy together the wonderful energies of this mild November day. I'm going to move this around a little bit. I'm not sure if the mic is picking up the sounds of water that go out of the pond to your left over a beautiful cascade. And with the refreshed level of the water, the stream below it in the Glen, Lightspring Glen, is singing again. And I was thinking as I walked back over here again I had to charge up if it hadn't been for the wood duck, I came over and got myself set up and found the battery on the phone was very low. So back over to the house to charge that up and back over here. So here we are at maybe 3:15, and the sun is very low in the south, getting lower and lower. Clearly, as you've looked across through the video eye here and seen that the trees are now bare, the pine trees continue. The days of light, the light of the day is shortening ever quicker and more lengthening of the night. What I enjoy, even though like probably most of you, it becomes a little, oh, I don't know, sad. I wish they stopped messing with the clocks. Could we just please keep it at one set of hours and not change it back and forth? But the darkness descends rather quickly, allowing for more starry nights, more stars in the night, and soon we'll begin to see Orion rising up at dusk, and that always cheers my heart. But in the woods itself, when the leaves fall, leave the trees, to do a little unexpected pun, it opens the woods to more light. And for a while, before the leaves become drier or snow descends and packs them down, to go for a walk in the woods is like walking on this wonderful crunchy cushion. It's really just fabulous. So there's a lot about enjoying this time of year before this cold sets in. And then it's a matter of bundling up and coming outdoors again. I have my sandals on as I'm doing this, but I took a long barefoot walk around the place where you see us set up today and enjoyed once more my feet in touch with the earth. So I doubt that's going to happen. Maybe not again at all. But in about 6 weeks, folks, it will be the shortest day of the year. And then the days will start growing longer. That always is a pretty marvelous sense, even if it doesn't shift right away. But just knowing that that is happening is really wonderful. Let's see, where did I want to go? Not in this video, but in one to follow. What I do want to emphasize about this time of year is that it gives us a time, like the trees, to go within, to go inward. It's been a year of indwelling, you might say, whether it's in our homes, the pause that it gave us to simply be out of the busyness of the world and what that has meant. I certainly hope as you're seeing this, I certainly hope that those of you watching this are well and that your loved ones are too. So we come to, at the end of the week, going to the end of what I really wanted to include, the second to last new moon. The second to the last new moon of 2020. No matter what is happening down here on Earth, the moon goes through her cycles of new to full, through her crescents and fuller and more full to full, and then does the dance of diminishing, a crescent thinning and all of that to the day of her new moon. So those things continue, and there's a loveliness in the constancy of that. There are things around this second to last new moon that are hopefully, in an astrological sense, might be of interest to you. They always are of me, for me, and so I share them with you in these what I went to retrieve, the notes that I made. This is information from a wonderful astrologer, Chani Nicholas. I will put her link in the notes beneath the video. She says this of the new moon in Scorpio. Mars, the ruler of this new moon, will have just stationed direct. In my edition here, it is on Saturday when this happens, just prior to the new moon's darkest point, which is something early in the evening. So Mars will have just stationed direct, back to Chinese words. And so this moment brings with it a definitive focus on our personal power, with a burning desire to take what we have learned over the past couple of months and integrate it. This new moon comes at a time when we can consider our options with a little more clarity. Integrating what we have learned. We have learned a whole lot. We have more to learn. But all that we have, sorry, I realize as I moved around a little bit, I'm jiggling this. My apologies. Hopefully that isn't too distracting. Into the dark time of year, we enter a time of, at least if you're one of nature or connected to nature, a time of stillness, which helps to bring us to rest. And I know we've been put in a position of needing to be at rest and not go out during these months. We have bustled back outdoors and back into the outer world, have had a repercussion of that on a certain level, very real one, around around COVID. And now, regardless, we are indoors much earlier. We are entering the dark time of year. Um, and so understand that there is in the cycles of nature, and we being children of nature, that it is a time of this opportunity to rest, to integrate that which we have learned. That seems to be all that really wants to be said this time. I will make one small pitch and again make notes, but because one of the things we may choose to do with these darker months is some reading, I want to make mention that I am running a bit of a special on this particular book that is by, oh my goodness, it does indicate it's me, Answering Avalon's Call. So much of the reason why I do all of this work, my mystical memoir, which subtitled here is The Mystical Odyssey of an Earth Healer. Many of you watching this know about this, others of you may not. I will put the link in the notes and suggest that if you're doing some early Christmas shopping, that is coming along, the holidays, whether it's Christmas or that lovely solstice season, whatever it is, if you are gifting people, you might enjoy gifting yourself or someone else a signed copy of my book. And that information will be below. So thank you for letting me put a commercial in here at the end. I hope you have enjoyed this time here this time. I always think I'm going to do a shorter video, and we'll see what this ends up being. I really can't see the time. But I do, oh my goodness, over on the lawn, oh, I wish I could zoom in. I'm being visited by a pair of robins who are clearly migrating. Oh, there are 3. So a little flock, probably a family. They stay together as they migrate. So I see 3 of them over there. If you zoom in, because they literally are. They're just to the left of that little, right of that little wishing well. So I think, oh, there's another one. There are 5. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, how wonderful to see them once again. There is a quote of Wendell Berry's that I'm going to add in here at the end. Wendell Berry, who wrote a wonderful poem, The Peace of Wild Things. If you're not familiar with it, go to that part of my playlist for Mary Oliver poems, and I brought in Wendell Berry's beautiful poem, The Peace of Wild Things. I'm not reading that poem now to you or sharing it, but it is there for you to hear if you're not familiar with it. Mother Earth, in her cycles, in her deepening into her depths of restoration and hibernation, we, her children, these are my words I'm sharing with you now, and the administration coming to be our representatives in the White House, I'm sure would identify with this. So Wendell Berry's words to conclude this video. The care of the earth, he says, is our most ancient and most worthy, and after all, our most pleasing responsibility. To cherish what remains of it and to foster its renewal is our only legitimate hope. Thank you, Wendell Berry. Thank you for tuning into this video and enjoying some of this time here with me. I have goosebumps about those robins. There are a lot of wonderful energies around, and it could be the wonderful spirit of my cat, Angus, who left this earthly realm about a month ago now, not quite a month ago. I know he's been around in spirit. So could be that's the goosebumps I'm feeling too. He loved coming over into the woods. So anyway, until the next video, please take care and be well. Remember Wendell Berry's words and take care of yourself. Much love from all of us at Lightspring Glen. Bye for now.